We have SHIB versus the dollar, and we have a pretty impressive chart. As much as I always want to disparage the meme coins, this one actually apparently does have some fundamentals alongside of it, and we did get a breakout above about 3,000 US dollars, not obviously 3,000 US dollars, but 3,000 like 100ths of a US dollars, some shit like that. It's very small numbers. I'm just referring to the right hand pane over here. Have we met the measure move on this one already? And if so, where's the next areas of interest? Yes, we have, all the way up to 4,200. This one is obviously looking like continuation today, or maybe not necessarily today, but over the next 48 hours, most likely, as long as this condition holds. The one spot, 414 right here at 3,600 or so. As long as you're closing dailies above there, I do remain more or less bullish on this. And I would be looking for more immediate continuation if this one does close above about 3,800 today. If that does happen, I'd be looking for next big legs up, basically towards 45 to 4,800 or so. Pretty crazy chart right there. You can see on the volume signature, however, that it is starting to lose a little bit of steam, a little bit of momentum. That's okay. It can still go on a little bit longer, but when this thing comes down, I imagine it's going to come down hard. Short term, do we see anything of particular interest right here? BBWP is kind of coming off the highs, so have we seen the short-term highs for now? Probably yes. Comes down to about 37 or 3,800 or so. I would be looking for a bit of a bouncy bounce right there. In fact, now that I go down to the hourly, if you even come back down to about 3,800 or so, I would be looking for a bounce, but I would be looking for it to continue down to about 3650 to 36 even. After that, still would be on a higher low and still would be overall good for the long term, dare I say, which is kind of crazy on this thing. But you have to respect a good chart when you see a good chart. And daily hidden bullish evidence right here, alongside continuing to expand on the BBWP. I mean, that is rather interesting. 12 hours getting up there as well. I mean, it's pretty much within the area that I start to look for potential major highs. But in this case, because you are in such a parabolic blow off right here, I suspect that this one's going to see something similar to what we saw in early October, where it puts in a lot of drives at 100 percentile before it actually does top off. So that would imply another run here. In fact, the 12 hour is still bullish. Let's go check out what are the momentum also to say, just to see if they agree or not. Maybe there's something more obvious over here. Well, weekly is obviously good. Daily is, oh my god. Oh my fucking god, this thing is actually going to continue up. Jesus fucking Christ. Of course, it's not funded advisor, blah, 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 blah. As long as it's above 3,600, I am looking for expansion towards, I guess, 5,000 over the next couple weeks here. 4 hour. 4 hours consolidating more or less, so I would be looking for that. I would be looking for short-term, a little bit of a downside test. 12 hour. 12 hours still good above 3,900 or so. So, understand where those pivots are. Here's the real question. Where would I actually get bearish on this one? Looking for this whole move, not necessarily the whole move, but a big downside move. Below 3,300. Below 3,300 is where I start to get pretty damn bearish on this one, even on just a tick. Doesn't need to close below there. I'd be looking for a return back down towards 2,500 base to maybe even all the way down to 2,000, or sorry, what is this, 2,300? 25 to 2,200 overall over time. Until then, short-term sideways is good. Again, as long as you're above about 3,600 or so. However, short-term, I do think it is going to come down here. It's just consolidating within this fashion would be more or less fine. I mean, there's nothing really bearish about, presumably something like this going on. If that is what happens, that is why 3,600 is such a important pivot. Below 3,600, even on like a 4-hour closure, I'd start to look for this one to test that major area at about 33. Below 33, that's where, well, I'd be looking for big dump olas. Short-term moves down to about 3,000 even, and come back to it after that. Hopefully that was helpful, and there you go for SHIB token.